Good morning to everyone. Good morning to everyone on the call. Welcome on the question and answer session today. Welcome all the leaders on the call. It's a Friday and we are going to have a question and answer session like we always do. Before I can start, may I know if I'm clear? Can someone let me know if I'm clear? Please kindly write in the chat if you can hear me speak. Loud and clear. Thank you, David Elijah. Welcome on the call. Please let us know where you are. Balia Golden, welcome on the call. Thank you, Afoso. Welcome on the call. Like a Friday is always very packed with so many questions, but so little maybe time to answer those questions. We will not waste a lot of time. Kindly send that message to your team partner, to someone who is not on the call, especially the new people who have joined the business, so that we can be able to start immediately. Hilma from Namibia, welcome on the call. Hopeful that your team members are here. Anyone in your team is here. David Elijah from the United States of Nigeria, you're welcome on the call. Our leader is already here to start this question and answer session. My name is Jarina Marina. I'm from Uganda, Entebbe, and I will be co-hosting with my leader, Julius Kabanda, this morning. Without wasting a lot of time, let's go ahead and start to write our questions, and we will answer them as they come. You write the question on the chat, or you can put up your hand so that we will be able to unmute you and you can ask your question. Yes, let's have the questions on the chat. If there are no questions, then there is no need for us to have this meeting. Let's have the questions in the chat. I think we are going to start with Isaac. But before I let Isaac to open the mic and speak, would like to hear from our leader, Julius, if he's set and ready to start off the presentation.
Yes, I'm around. Let's start. I'm around, Leader Jerina. Let's start.
Okay. We will start off with Isaac. Isaac, please, you're going to unmute yourself. You will unmute and
yes, good morning, everyone. Once I'm called Isaac Apami from Mbale, Uganda. Nice to be here. Now I have a question. Right now, I am left with 2 members to clock to V2. I have 18 members in my team. The first person who activated last year, activated in Feb, around 20th. Now, my question is, since some of my members are not active in the business because of disappointments of the floating loss and they failing to fulfill their expectation, they were disappointed. Now, if this member does not reactivate his robot for the second year, and I am still in a V1, will I still have 18 members, or the system will detect that I now have 17 members? Thank you.
All members' accounts must be active. I think I have answered. All accounts must be active. If there is anyone whose account is inactive, it's not counted. I don't know if that answers your question. So all accounts must be active. They must be active. I believe what you could do, I don't know whether it is of your interest. If I were you, guys, I need to just be open straight. How many of us are here and you know that we are here for business? I just want to be open straight. How many of you are here and you understand that we are here for business? I just want to be open straight. How many of you are here and you know we are in business? That is one. Question number 2. How many of you agree with me that there are so many people who have failed to understand the business we are doing? How many of you agree with me that we have so many people who have failed to understand the business we are doing? There are very many. Now, when you understand the business, I want you to behave like an entrepreneur. You can only educate someone about the business, but you cannot force them to understand the business. I don't know if I'm not attacking anyone. You can educate people about the business, but you cannot force them to understand the business. Give me a yes if I'm making sense. Now, when that happens, do not focus on anyone. Do not reach a time and say, I brought Peter in the business. My success will depend on Peter. I don't know if someone is able to understand me. I have brought Andrew in the business. My success will depend on Andrew. I have brought this one. When they remain active, I will make the money. When they don't remain active, I don't know if I'm creating understanding. Now, when you develop an entrepreneurship mindset, your thinking starts being different. You now understand that some will understand, some will not understand. So what do? Every single day, when you place your trade and you give your instructions to the robot, the second thing you are supposed to do is to go out there and find someone who is interested to listen to the knowledge you have. Give me a one if I'm bringing understanding. That is the main activity I do. When I press my trades, the second activity I'm going to do is to go outside there and find someone who is interested in the knowledge I have. And when I meet someone who is not interested in the knowledge I have, it's okay. So when I bring you in the business, I will not be there all the time. When this one will be active, I will make the money. My business will be open every day for anyone who is seeking the knowledge. So the only part you can do is to help and educate people about the business and teach them what they are supposed to do. But you cannot force these people to understand the business. Give me a yes if you have understood. So my brother, I want you to get out of your comfort zone. Okay? If you have people who got into the business and floating loss, which is our business, discourage them to continue adding in more capital, discourage them to continue opening more margin calls, discourage them. Because when I trade Shiba Inu, and Shiba Inu is not doing well. I want a sincere answer. Does it mean that all other coins in the market are not doing well? Give me some sincere answers. When I trade Acro, and Acro is no longer there, and Acro is not doing well, does it mean all other cryptocurrencies are not doing well? It goes back to mindset, all right? So I want to encourage people on the call that if you are interested in building a community, just work on your mindset and understand that some people will come in the business, they will fail to understand the business. Let them not be a stumbling block to your success. So my brother, I request you to get out of your comfort zone. Reach out to people. This month, I have personally set a target to educate more 100 people. More 100 people. And so I just request you to get out of your comfort zone. If those guys are not active, get new people, move on with people who are willing to learn and understand the business. Don't die with anybody who's not willing to learn and understand the business. As the crypto ambassadors, our theme is simple. Our theme clearly says that we want to help people who are willing. The word is willing. Hey, who are willing to be educated, to learn how to make regular, repeated, recurring income. And I have another last question. If you learn how to find trades by yourself, either using TradingView or using RoyalQ, can you make money? I need some sincere answers. Can you make money? I need some sincere answers. Can you make money? So it is not the business with a problem. It is the mindset. So if someone is not willing to learn, they don't belong here. We just want to associate with people who are willing to learn. If someone don't want to learn, it's okay. It's okay. But I know those who are learning, they are making the money. Those who are not willing to learn, they're not making the money. And we cannot force knowledge, because I usually say making money is action, growing money is knowledge. And keeping money is discipline. So if people are not willing to have the knowledge that can help them grow their money, it's none of our business. So don't force anyone. Now someone is commenting, all is in floating loss. I have a question. When you manage your capital very, very well, can you make money while you are in floating loss? All these questions, they just linger. I have a question, help me. When you manage your capital very well, can you make money while you are in floating loss? Give me some answers. Give me some answers. I need genuine answers. I don't want to be here as if I'm the only one who speaks. Can you make money? Where the challenge comes from is when someone brings $200 and wants to make $50 every day. And they put all their capital once in the market and they get stuck. I don't want to attack anyone, but I want us to be sincere with ourselves. They become too greedy. They want to put all $100 once in the market. And when the market does not move in their favor, things go berserk. Things go berserk. And they go everywhere, market. But also, I have a question. I want us to think like business people. And unless I help many people get an entrepreneurship spirit, let me give an example. You sell clothes, okay? When you buy certain clothes and for a long time they don't get a customer, do you add in new capital or you wait until you sell all the old clothes? I need some answers because this is also another challenge. When you have a boutique and you go and shop clothes, and you have clothes that have not yet got customers, do you bring more capital and shop new clothes, or you wait until you sell all the old clothes? What do you do? Because I don't know why people do not transfer knowledge that they apply in a normal business to our business. Because that is all you need. Back to you, Leader Jerina.
Thank you, Leader Julius. Jack says, how can he be able to hold a coin? How can he be able to hold a coin?
Okay, there are so many ways you can hold a coin. Number one, we have two sources of crypto. We have what we call primary sources, and we have what we call secondary sources. What are primary sources? Primary sources of cryptocurrencies, this is where most of the cryptocurrencies start from. And our primary sources of crypto are basically what we call decentralized exchanges. And our decentralized exchanges are many, depending on the blockchain they operate with. For example, cryptocurrencies that are seated on the Ethereum network are compatible with decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, SushiSwap. But to be able to buy them much more easier, even before we talk about bridging of coins, you use what we call a MetaMask. So MetaMasks are what we call hot wallets. MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Phantom Wallet, and many more. These wallets are what we call hot wallets. These hot wallets help us keep cryptocurrencies. Okay? Now, cryptocurrencies that are still that side are what we call primary sources of crypto. So you can buy a crypto on a primary source into what we call swapping of a coin and keep it on a wallet. The challenge with the primary sources of crypto is that in crypto, we have a business called liquidity. Okay? In crypto, we have a business called liquidity. What is liquidity? Like it happens in centralized exchange liquidity, meaning that you can provide capital to those decentralized exchanges. Now, sometimes you may have money in a certain coin and you try to swap your profits when you can't. That's why we use centralized exchanges most, although when coins have reached centralized exchanges, they are now on what we call secondary sources. So in primary sources, the risks are a little bit higher. In secondary sources, the risks are a little bit low. But when it comes to profitability, a person who buys cryptocurrencies in primary sources may, since it has a higher risk, also the profitability is always high. Now let's get to RoyalQ. Since centralized exchanges can be used as platforms where we could buy cryptocurrencies and keep them, we can buy cryptocurrencies on those platforms and keep them there. All to simplify is a monitoring of a coin, to simplify is a monitoring of a trade, to simplify is a profiting of a coin. You can simplify this task by buying a coin on your RoyalQ account and you pause it. But remember, even when you buy to hold on a target. Make sure that along the line as this coin rises, you take off some profit. For example, if someone bought XRP when it was at $1.5 and they did not take off some profit when XRP went to $3, it means that they made a loss. As you buy a coin, whenever this coin rises to a significant amount, always make sure that you take off some profit. So I would advise that when you are using RoyalQ to buy your coins, keep your strategy mode in whole warehouse mode so that when this coin rises to a certain percentage, you can take off some profit, either 25% or 50% or 75%. So you buy a coin, then you tap on the word pause. Thank you so much. Back to you, Leader Jerina.
Okay. Joan Mayanja says, if I want to change my upline, will I still be benefiting from my downline? Joan Mayanja wants to change her upline, and she is asking, will she be able still to gain from the downlines?
A person who tells you to change your upline is a scammer. Guys, I need to create an understanding. A person who tells you, change me to be your upline is a scammer. Give me one in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Okay? A person who tells you to change an upline is a scammer. Okay? Now, I see when you come on these trainings, try to control the way you speak. How does someone come on this training and says we are here to tell stories? Now, which stories are we telling? Some of you need to check your language. Huh? I've seen a comment. I don't know, Angelina, if you have seen that comment in the chat. Before I continue, could you read it for us? There is someone who has typed there that people are tired of stories. Which stories are we telling here? You know, I don't know, Angelina, if you have seen that.
I'm looking for it. Yes,
Could you read that person's name before maybe? Because I believe there should be some degree of respect when someone joins these trainings. Because I have not found myself telling any stories here. This is a members training.
This is Kenneth. I got it later.
Kenneth Kasada.
Kenneth Kasada says the most important thing is to teach people how to trade, deposit it, and withdraw in few steps. People are tired of stories.
Now, which stories are we telling here? I thought since we started, we have been learning. I believe that when someone joins here, I'm not attacking, but I believe there should be some degree of respect. I've not seen myself tell any story since I started, not in bad spirit, but there should be some degree of respect when someone joins the call. We are trying our best to provide, according to the question, this is a question and answer session. Depositing, withdraw, if it is still your challenge, just understand it is a personal challenge. You know, sometimes when someone joins the business, they reach a capacity and think that everybody's challenge is the same. You know, when if your challenge is how to deposit, how to withdraw, it is your personal challenge. It's not everybody's challenge. There are people here who know how to deposit, they know how to trade, they know how to buy coins, and they are comfortable. So it is a personal challenge. So what you need to do, it's a question and answer session. Please ask. please ask your question and just make sure you are not trying to attack anyone. And make sure you are not trying to attack anyone. Huh? Make sure you are not trying to attack anyone. Me, I'm just answering questions being asked. So I'm not here to tell stories. Which stories? Just stay in your lane, my brother Cassandra. Ask a question, don't attack anyone. As simple as that. No, we shall not remove him because sometimes some people are just emotional to a few things in life. Okay. So remind me the question, Leader Jerina.
The person, Joanna Mayanja, was saying he would like to change the upline. If he changes the upline, will he still be benefiting from the downlines or not?
Now, changing upline means you are buying a new robot. I don't believe that changing an upline can make you successful, because what I believe is that if you attend our trainings, you can learn what you are supposed to do. So you don't need to change your upline, because when you change your upline, you also lose all the previous people you had. So the best way is that you stay where you are and learn what to do. Okay? So please don't change your upline. I just have a simple question. Maybe the members here could help me. If a person keeps on attending our trainings, can the person learn what to do without changing the upline? Let me find out. If someone attends our trainings consistently for some time, can they learn what to do without changing their uplines? That is the question. So I believe you see people are answering. So I don't think you need to spend another 120 because someone is promising you heaven on earth. So you don't need to change upline because someone is promising you heaven and earth. They're just scamming you. They are scamming you by pretending that they have special knowledge. Maybe the knowledge they have is drawing lines. When you attend our trainings, you learn how to draw lines of support and resistance. Maybe the knowledge they are telling you they have is indicators. When you attend our trainings, you learn how to use the indicators. In short, they are scammers. I hope I've answered. Stay where you are. Attend trainings. You learn how to draw support and resistance. You learn how to draw different shapes on the market. You learn how to use indicators. The rest is just they just want to scam you. That's what I would say. So stay where you are. Stay where you are. Okay? Stay where you are. So you just need skills. The skills are free. You can either attend on 7:30 a.m. class or attend the coming classes, and you will master the skill. So that's what I believe. If someone is telling you, me, I will give you people, is also failing to get people that help him rank up. Now, what makes you think that when you join him, for him, we will make you successful? He's also struggling to become a V6. But he's telling you, when you join me, I will help you so that you become a V6. Yeah. He's even struggling. Eh? So when even you work hard and surpass the upline will stop earning from you. Okay? So me, I don't think changing an upline is a way to become successful. I believe that person wants to come you in terms of knowledge, but he's also struggling financially. Okay, back to you, Leader Jerina.
Okiria is talking about XRP market. The XRP coin has gone down. Why? Because I have been in floating loss for the 5 weeks. I think he's asking why XRP has gone down as a coin. He has been in floating loss for the last 5 weeks.
Let me create this very clearly. Guys, do you see the top 10 coins? The top 10 coins, the top 10 coins, from Bitcoin to Ethereum to XRP to Doge to BNB, Solana, the top 10 coins by market cap, coins that have big money. When they go down, they need huge amounts to go up. That's why you can stay longer in such trades. Give me a yes in the chat if I'm clear with that message. So when you are trading coins with a big market capitalization, when they go down, understand that they need huge amounts of money to go up. So the degree of patience should be very high. I would advise that if someone picks up those trades, you either go on them for long term. They are long-term based cryptocurrencies. You should not have a short-term mindset with them. Okay? Like if you are on Bitcoin, your mindset should be long-term. You on Ethereum, long-term. Solana, long-term. XRP, long-term. Okay? Coins that gives you a short-term mindset are those with a lower market cap. Because for them, they dip very fast and they rise very fast. Am I clear? So just become the whole market is down. I believe XRP will go up to $5 to $10. If it gets the ETF, then we could say XRP could go above close to $20. I believe XRP can go up to $20. So me, I'd say trade them and be very patient. Back to you, Coach Jerina.
Irene says, my biggest problem is still on margin calls. Margin call configuration. What are the simplest steps to follow? For example, if I have $200.
Okay. Margin configuration. Margin configuration has 2 areas. Number one, okay, it has 3 areas. Number one, it has what we call the first buying amount. What is the first buying amount? The first buying amount is the first money. The word first buying amount is the first money that you want your robot to put in the market for the first time. Okay, so we call it first buy-in amount. Now, margin call limit is the number of times you want your robot, to buy. I want my robot to buy 30 times. I want my robot to buy 10 times. I want my robot to buy 50 times. Okay. Now, for you to determine the number of times you want your robot to buy, it will depend on the second factor, the configuration. Now, let me explain. And I'm going to explain this way. Margin configuration, are we following? Because now this is critical. Are we following? Are we following? Because this is where the business is. This is a very good question. The business is what I'm discussing. Everything is in what I'm discussing now. I want you to listen because I'm not sharing screen. So I just want you to listen. Now, margin configuration has two parts. It has the part we call margin call drop, meaning that you want to instruct your robot that when the coin goes down, let me say 1%, the robot should buy. When the coin goes down 2%, the robot should buy. When the coin goes down 0.5%, the robot should buy. So it is margin call drop. Now, how do we come up with the drops? From call number 1 to call number 4. Call 1, call 2, call 3, call 4. You see, when you are setting your robot, we have what we call the whole warehouse over whole take profit ratio. So whatever the robot will have bought from call 1, call 2, call 3, call 4, it will sell it at once. Whatever the robot will have bought, it will sell it at once. Okay? Whatever it will buy, it will sell it at once. And what it will sell is the call, the margin call drop. Okay? What it will sell is the margin call drop. So the margin call drop is what the robot will sell. So if it buys the first call, which is the first buying amount, and then the coin drops and it buys 2 calls, if it rises, it will sell the first buying amount and the 2 calls, and that will be your profit. So, in the real gist of the business, and I'm explaining, you see, all of those strategies don't matter. I just want you to understand. In the real gist of the business, ladies and gentlemen, when your robot buys the first time, and let me say the market drops 1%, and on the other side of the multiple buying ratio, you had used a double up. On the multiple buying ratio, you put 2, 4, 8, 16. When your robot buys the first time, and the multiple buying ratio is 2, or the multiple buying ratio is 4, or the multiple buying ratio is 8, whenever it buys with more money, it pulls the average price closer to the current price. Am I getting clearer? Am I getting clearer? Give me a 1 in the chat if I'm getting clearer. So you have the margin call drop and you have the multiple buying ratio. If on your strategy, on the multiple buying ratio, you are using a 2, 4, 8, 16 strategy to buy the first 4 calls, because you must understand that whatever the robot buys on the first 4 calls, it sells it at once. And if this mindset is clear with you, then it means that you are going to make more money if this coin buys the first time, the second time, and the third time, or the 4th time, and the coin rises. So the first 4 calls are very important for the ability of someone to profit. Am I clear? Am I clear? Am I clear? Am I clear? Guys, I'm gonna do a presentation somewhere. That's why my network drops, but I wanna make sure that I make my statements to be very clear. Okay? Now, let me say I have $200, but I hate floating loss. I have $200, but I hate floating loss. I don't want to stay in a trade for a longer time. But not only floating loss, on the other side also, I don't want this coin to take all my capital at once. What will I do? The formula is simple. I will make my first buying amount 5. Okay? Then, when the market drops the first time, let me say 1%, and drops the second time, another 1%, and drops the third time, another 1%, and drops the fourth time, another 1%. That is 4%. Or it could be a 0.2, a 0.3, a 0.4, a 0.5. I don't care. But the first 4 calls, you want your robot to buy them very fast, because whatever the robot buys from call number 1 to call number 4, it sells them at once. Give me a 2 if that is clear. Now, if you fear floating loss, you will make sure that you switch on the AI margin call, that when this coin drops 1% and rises by your buying call back, or let me solve 0.1, the robot will not buy. The AI will start monitoring to put in your money at the right time. Meaning that you will find that you have set 4% as your margin call drop. If this coin drops 20%, your robot has not yet put your money in the coin. Give me a yes if you have understood. I have put a 4% on my margin configuration, but I fear floating loss. So what I will do, I will switch on the AI margin call, because I don't want the robot to put my money far in the market. And if I don't want the robot to put my money far in the market, the AI margin call is going to take charge. It is going to monitor. It is going to do the monitoring work and only make sure this coin can even dip 50%. But when your robot has not yet put your money in the coin, it is monitoring to make sure that it only puts your money in the market when the coin is going to rise. So I give a 1% drop for my first 4 margin calls. Now, in short, it means that I'll remain with around $50. I'll remain with around $50. Now, on the other side, I also understand that from the 50th call to any calls that I'm going to create, the robot can buy each call independently and sell it independently. So what will I do? I will now open. So I have 4 calls already. Now I am remaining with $50. If my first buying amount is 5, I'll just get 50 divided by 5. And I open 10 margin calls. So 10 plus 4, I have 14. Now, If the robot buys the 4 margin calls and the coin continues going down, let my $50 come into the market with a $5. Okay? With a $5. Okay? Let it come into the market with a $5. So how? You can say whenever the coin drops 1%, let my robot put in $5. Whenever the coin drops 1%, let the robot put in $5. With an intention that since I have few margin calls, I will keep the AI margin call on because I don't have the capacity to buy so many margin calls. That is approach number 1. If you have understood that approach, give me a yes in the chat. So this side, at first I had 248.16. Now I will make it a 1-1 because I want $5 in the market. Now, strategy number 2 is where I want to open so many margin calls. Okay? I don't want to use the AI, but I want to open so many margin calls. That is the simplest. For you, you say, if I want my first buying amount to be 10, it will be first buying amount divided by your capital, which is $200, which is 10 divided by 200, and you will get 20 margin calls. You remove off the first one, meaning your margin call limit will be 19. You have a choice or to say, I want my drop size on the 19 margin call to be 2%, which is 2 times 19, and it will give you something like 30-something% drop. Or you can put a 1-1, which will be a 19%. But I want to emphasize, if your margin call drops are 1, 0.5, always use the AI margin call. If you don't want to use the AI margin call, then make sure your margin call drops are big, 1.5, 2, 3, like that. But when you can put very low drops, 0.5, 1, and be able to apply the AI margin call, it will always give you a very good safety net. Back to you, Coach Jerina.
Thank you, Leader Julius. Bushira's question is, we have been told to activate the AI margin call or to put on the AI margin call on. Will it work if all my coins are already in floating loss?
The AI margin call will work if your margin calls are on. It means there must be capital. Because you are switching on the AI margin, margin is buying more. So you switch it on, whether your coin is in floating loss, as long as you have more capital that your robot will continue to buy with.
The other question is from Agent. Agent says, hello everyone. For me, I have activated my Royal Q robot, but I still have a problem of capital. How can you help me? Because we are a family, and if there is anyone who wants to buy my Royal Q account, please, can you reach me?
Now you are looking for capital and you are selling your robot. Go to someone else. Next question. That one is not serious. He's talking about capital and at the same time he's selling the robot. So I think you are speaking to the wrong person.
Zahara.
Because
Zahara.
Go to the next question.
Zahara says, Coach, is Cycle made for people with more capital?
I believe we have lost you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Zahara is asking if Psycho was made for people with more capital. It says, Coach, is Psycho made for people with more capital?
No. For example, let's pick up some coins that people could trade on Psycho. For example, Solana. You can trade Solana on Psycho. Ethereum. You can trade Ethereum on Psycho. XRP. You can trade XRP with Psycho. IOTA, HBAR, Aave, Sui. All those coins with a big market cap, you can trade them on Psycho. But the question is, what kind of Psycho approach? On this week, I think it was a Wednesday, I talked about using the RSI. You can use the RSI of 6 or 12, one of them or both, and put your coin in a cycle. Do you know what it will happen is that when your robot buys and the market rises and it sells, it will not buy again until this coin drops. I don't know if I'm creating sense. You have your little capital. You say, I have $500 and I want to use my $500 on Psycho. So I want to trade Solana with 100, XRP with 100, Ethereum with 100, Aave with 100. Those coins with a huge market cap. If you don't know what market cap means, just go to Coin Market Cap, then tap on coins. Those are the top coins. Doge on Psycho. But you only want your robot to buy this coin when it drops, when it comes down. I think I did that class. I don't know if people remember. Do you remember? And I showed you with a capital that was less than $200. And I told you with RSI, and I said this coming week, I'll teach MACD and KDJ. So it is not all about capital. It's all about decision. Okay, I can say I'll trade 5 coins on Psycho, each with $200. All right, and I will use my other money to trade in one shot. So I told you it is called the Alchemy strategy, where you have some coins that are happening in a Psycho mode, and you have others that you are trading on one shot. This ensures continuity of profit, okay? Continuity of profit, that you want to have some coins that are running, not in one shot, but that trading approach is almost one shot because the robot will buy, the market will rise and sell, and after it has sold, it will wait until the coin comes down again, and that's when the robot will buy. You know, the challenge with that is that when the coin continues pumping and the robot has sold, so it will not buy it again. I think that is the biggest challenge I saw with the strategy. That when the coin sells and the coin continues pumping, the robot will not buy it again. It will wait for the coin to come down again to buy it again. But if you have noticed that coin called STPT, how many have enjoyed STPT? When you look at STPT, I discovered that when I applied that strategy on STPT, it has been profiting. I love that coin STPT. It is an autonomous coin, something like that. Okay. Okay. Back to you, Coach Jerina. Hope I've answered.
Yes, Jackie says my app. No, Morgan says sometimes you find the coin drops. No. Tudinawe Robert says, how can I make an entry on any coin using the pivot point indicator on a trading view? Pivot points are
Then
not on a
I think he needs to come in the trading view class. Because
Okay.
now here, opening up trading view, if you understand how pivot points work, then it is all about the coin is on support, take profit at resistance. It's like drawing lines of support and resistance. So with that approach, you are not drawing the lines of support and resistance. What you are trying to do is that you are not drawing the lines of support and resistance. What you are trying to do, you are using the indicator to show you where those lines are. So it remains the same approach. You are entering at a support, getting out at a resistance one, or you are entering at a support, getting out at a pivot. It remains the same approach. It remains the same approach.
Okay. Okay, we can go to the next question. Carol says, if your upline does not renew his RoyalQ robot and quits, and mine is due for renewal, is there a negative impact?
I've not understood. If your upline account is not active.
Yeah, if my upline does not renew and mine is due to be renewed, what happens?
What will happen is that your upline will miss your bonus that was supposed to get, and the bonus will go to the upline above.
Okay.
Have you understood? The upline will miss your bonus. Then the bonus will go to the upline above. So there is no problem.
Okay, let's look at Mohindo's question. Mohindo says, thank you, leader, for the training. My question is, if I convert in Binance from USDT to another with the intention of converting it to USDT, when it rises, is it bad, or I need to trade RoyalQ and pause it?
As long as you can monitor. RoyalQ helps you monitor a little bit easier. But as long as for you can monitor, no problem.
Don says, dear coach, is it advisable to use buy poverty strategy when the market is on a downward trend?
All strategies. Let me explain. I've had people who have issues with strategies. Strategies have no big deal. I don't know. Strategies have no big deal. The most important big deal is understanding how your robot works. I don't know if people understand me. Give me a yes if you understand me. Strategies have no big deal. There is no strategy that this strategy gives a lot of profit and this one gives less profit and this one is super. I'm the one who created those strategies. But the creation of those strategies was just looking at maybe there is someone who wants to expose a lot of money in the market. Am I creating an understanding? There is someone who wants to expose a lot of money in the market. So he wants to expose a lot of money in the market. So if you understand, because me, I can apply any strategy at any time, as long as I'm sure about my goal. For example, guys, whether the market is good or the market is bad, if I know how to find a good coin, do you know that if I have only $200, I can make 180 to be my first buying amount? Give me a 2 if it's a yes. Give me a 1 if it is a no. If I know how to analyze markets, there is a coin you analyze and you say it is a sure deal. Give me a yes, those who know what I'm talking about. There is a coin you open, you look at a coin and you say, this is a sure deal. This coin will deliver, and it does. When you know how to look in markets, there is a coin that you open and you say, this one, Then you open a coin and say, this is going to deliver, and it does. Give me a yes in the chat if you understand. So, when you know, let me tell you, I can have $500 and I find a coin that is on a sure deal, and I make my first buying amount $450. Then the 50 is for margin calls, just in case. And I have even forgiven the 50, I would have exposed it. Am I teaching? So, whether the market is bad, whether the market is good, I emphasize that having skills on finding good trades is what people with little capital need. The strategies, buy, start small, is just to help you. If you want to maybe expose big capital in the market, you want to expose small capital in the market, you have fear, you want to expose small, that is the intent. Am I clear? So any strategy can be applied anywhere as long as you understand what you are doing. So I don't want to focus on cram work that here they apply buy, here they apply start small, here. I just want you to understand. I don't want to teach cram work. Okay? Back to you, Coach Jerina.
Seguya John says, of recent institutions are buying, they are buying more crypto. But why is the market still ranging and not pumping?
And some of you just have issues with the market. The market has no problem. The market has no problem. Whether who is buying and who's not buying, just stay in your lane. Markets will perform at their own time. Markets will do what they want to do. So you should not be emotionally attached that so and so is buying and the market is not rising. Factors that cause markets to rise are many. Okay, it is not something one activity that causes markets to rise. Institutions could be buying, but the general sentiment of the market is bearish. There is a lot of fear. Guys, let me tell you, those institutional people are very wise. They have already created the fear so that the weak people can sell. And you will notice, because for them, they see coins are cheaper. They manipulate markets. Markets go down, for them, they buy. They want to buy at a lower price. That's all. There is nothing much. They just want to buy at a lower price. They want to shake out the weak hands. And it is intended, the weak people to run away because they want to buy at a cheaper price. That's all. Yeah, you just need to stay in your lane because you have nothing you can do about it. By the way, people have issues with the floating loss. You know, if you are here and the floating loss is your issue, because some of us it's not. But if floating loss is your issue, I would advise you to make your first buying amount very low and always open so many margin calls and trade few coins? Give me a yes. If I have understood. If you, my advice to you is very simple. Each coin you margin calls, you will never have issue with floating loss. I don't know if I'm, because put your coin in sub-in mode, real-time settlement. You will find that over time, you will be making money. People have issues with markets flopping. Make your first buying amount 10, 5, 15. Open so many margin calls. You'll never have issues with markets. When they go down, whether they go up, for you, you will always make money. Whenever the coin goes down, your robot will buy. It rises a little bit, it sells. You'll be making money even in your floating losses. So I would step in and advise. I would step in and advise that opened so many margin calls so that you survive the hard times of the market. If you have issues, yeah, or just open so many margin calls. I have no problem with floating loss. But if you are here and it is your issue, so many margin calls is the way to go because you will always be profiting. I have a question. Those who are doing so, are you making money? Those who are doing so, are you making money? It doesn't matter how much, because if your first buying amount is 5, you will make profit with that. If your first buying amount is 10, you will make profit with that. Kennedy, for you just have issues with the market. It is just your people who are opening so many margin calls are typing a yes. You see, when the business is working and you find out that it is not working for you, there is certain thing you are not doing right. You just need it to be coachable. You just don't need it to get tough. Learn what to do, change your settings. Yeah, open so many margin calls. It works. You'll always be making money every day. The only challenge is how much. It will depend on your first buying amount. I hope I'm clear. And it works. It works 100%. You see the yeses are here. It is greatly working. So if you have issues with floating loss, so many margin calls. Start with $5, 10, you will always be making money all the time. You don't have issue with the market. I one day did a statistic and I said, look here, friends. If you trade all the coins in Royal Q with $500 and each coin gives you, let me say $300, and each coin gives you $1 a day, don't you think you will be making good money per day? In a bad market, $1 a day. In a good market, $5 to $10. But most of us cannot do that. So open so many margin calls on each trade and keep winning. And keep winning. Back to you, Coach Jerina.
Ima Chan says, is it possible to convert a coin in floating loss to a more stable coin to exit the market faster?
When you convert any coin that is down, it's a real loss. So if you're okay with losing money, then me, I have no problem with you.
Okay, Coach, I think we don't have any more questions. We are, you have answered most of the questions. Okay, there's one here that has come up from John. John Serwaji says, what happens to a token of majority of its tokens are burnt, does it have an effect on its price? What happens to
When they
a
burn,
token of
when,
majority?
when they burn coins, they reduce the supply. When they reduce the supply, the prices can increase. That's
Okay,
all.
we can. Joseph again here has another question. If I'm to choose a trade using the RSI 16 indicator, if I am to choose a trade using the RSI 16 indicator, at times the RSI 16 indicator readings on the graph do not match with the figures on the RSI readings after clicking the technical indicator below. So one is lower and the other is higher. Can't that affect your trade?
It will always wait for the one higher to come lower, then it will buy.
Mosisi says how, okay. Should I go on to the next question?
Some you can answer for now in 5 minutes.
Okay. How to sell a percentage question. Okay, morning. What's the least amount of margin calls that I can use? Emmanuel, you say, what are the least amount of margin you can use? Sorry, my account is over. Sorry about that. I got a call. Emmanuel, you say how much, what's the least amount of margin calls that I can use? Emmanuel, like Leader Julia said before, you can do five for a start, but why would you go for the least margin call since this market can go against you any time? I believe it is to your advantage for you to do many margin calls, but you can do five. You can do, I think 5 should be the least. Leader Julius will come and give a conclusion on that as we move on to the next question. Ino Muhammad says, please, I have 4 coins on floating loss. Can I stop 2 and use the USDT to open more margin calls on 1? I have 4 coins on floating loss. Can I stop 2 and use the USDT to open more margin calls on 1? That's a brilliant idea, I believe, Mohammed, because trading 4 coins, we are advised if you have little capital, you trade 1 coin at a time. Like $100, go for 1 coin. When it gets out, you can trade another. $200, go for 1 coin. $300, $500, $1,000. Better for you to do proper wallet management, whereby you have some money or aside so that if the market goes against you, you can be able to use that money to buy more margin calls and you get out of the call. Now here you are, you are into 4 trades and all of them are in floating loss. You do not have any more capital to use for margin calls. So better go for one coin at a time, let it sell, and then you get into another. Or when you have kept that money aside, it can help you to always come out of a trade. I hope I've answered you well, Mohammed. Jerry says, why is it that I convert a low price coin to a high price coin on Binance? My total asset value reduces. What could be the issue? Leader Julius will come and answer that. Mary
I'm back now.
um,
Would you now ask those ones you want me to answer?
okay, my volume is low. I need Julius, come again.
Could you ask the questions that you wanted me to answer?
Okay, I will get back. From John Serwaji, what happens to a token? Okay, we finished that. If I choose a trade. Musisi, how to sell some percentage of a coin when it's still trading in wholesale?
Just tap on sell. Just tap on sell, then tap on the word market price. It will give you percentages below 50, 25, 75, like that. So you choose.
Fatina says, is there another way of buying USDT? Is there another way of buying without P2P, and how does it work?
You can buy on without P2P by directly tapping on add funds. Then you, instead of using P2P, you use mobile money, but it is highly expensive.
Okay, John says, what's the effect on price for tokens which are 100% unlocked versus one which is still having some locked?
Those that are locked, whenever they distribute more coins in circulation, the price of that token is affected. It goes down. Those that have all their coins in circulation, when they burn the coins, the price go high. Okay, so it is a two-way. So if all coins are in circulation, that it is very easy for that token to maintain its price. If the coins are not in circulation, whenever they release more coins in circulation, then the price goes down. That's why usually when there is token unlocking, those specific cryptocurrencies, their prices go down because of token unlock.
Okay, Jerry says, when I convert a low price coin on a high price, when I convert a low price coin to a high price coin on Binance, my total asset value reduces. What could be the issue?
The question is not clear. How can someone convert a low price coin to a high price coin? Could
Jerry,
you come
can
again? The question
Okay.
is not clear.
that maybe Jerry, if you can raise up your hand and ask this question directly, but it says that he converts from a low price coin to a high price coin. His total asset value reduces. Jerry, if you're there, you can put up your hand and you ask this question. I do want to buy, imagine. Mary says, how can I reduce my floating loss if I don't want to buy margin calls?
How do you reduce? You manually buy. But before you manually buy any coin, you must be sure that that coin is going to rise. Because when you come and manually buy, you open a coin, you tap on buy, then you tap on market price and enter maybe $500 that you want to buy. It reduces your floating loss. But if this coin is not going to rise, then all that money is going to float for nothing. So you must be sure. You must be sure with your technical analysis to be sure that this coin you are buying is now going to rise. Because unless you are sure, you may find that you are causing the coin to do what? To float. You know, you are causing the market to float. So to me, I believe it would be very important that before someone picks up a coin to add in more money manually, the person is sure that this coin is going to rise. But if not that, then the rest is a passage of money.
Okay. Mwatamale says, what can I do? The robot has bought, but no selling for the last 2 days, and my capital is reducing. What could be the problem?
I think what he's facing is what we call floating loss. You entered at a certain price, but instead of the market going up, the coin went down. So that's when margin calls come in play. That when the market is going down, you are able to buy more. So as you keep on buying, it starts doing sub sales because was currently doing sub buys. I don't know if I'm clear.
Okay. Leadership, we have almost come to the end of the call. I don't know if we should extend or end the call. If you still have more time.
Ask the questions if it is okay with you.
Okay. Are there maximum number of, we had a question that while you got busy that I tried to answer. The person was asking what are the minimum margin calls someone can put? And then another one here is also asking, is there a maximum number of margin calls one can create on a coin?
999 maximum. Minimum is up to you.
Kenneth,
999.
Kenneth again, what could be the easiest way to withdraw any money from Binance?
Come again?
What is the easiest way to withdraw any money from Binance?
Withdrawing it to what? Because withdraw, I would be transferring money from one Binance account to another. Withdrawing in which way? The question is quite clear. But if he wants to withdraw into cash, maybe that's what we are trying to talk about. Withdrawing to cash. There is P2P. There is also direct withdraw. You just make sure you have USDT. You go to your account, you tap on withdraw. They will bring you different ways. So instead of P2P, you tap on withdraw. Okay, then you will be able to sell. Only if it was in Binance Pro, you put it in Binance Lite. Then you tap on withdraw or sell. Then you sell direct to your line. But it is highly expensive. On P2P, if they are selling at 3,000, this one 3,600 Ugandan shillings. This side they will be selling either 2,900 or even more lesser. So the costs are not the same. But when you are selling USDT, I think the fear of people should be buying. But when you are selling USDT, it's you in charge. I don't see any problem with that. Okay.
Okay. How long does Royal Q? Jerry again, how long does a Royal Q inactive account take in case one has not renewed before it is removed or one loses the account?
I think 90 days.
Then there's this one, a leader. Which coins can someone trade in this time when we have Ethereum rising? Which coins are best to be traded?
Come again. Ask the question again.
This person is saying, what coins are good to trade now? Leader, are you there?
Yes. Which coins are good for what? Are good to trade now?
Now that we are looking at Ethereum to rise. As Ethereum is rising, which coins are backed by Ethereum that should be traded now?
Then there are so many. Meme coins, one could be Pepe. There are so many coins. The person needs to go to CoinMarketCap or go use ChatGPT or DeepSync and ask, give me a list of cryptocurrencies seated on the Ethereum network, so that he can get the coins. So they cannot be off head.
Okay. Ethan says, what if I'm in floating loss for 1 year? What is the best advice for me?
I believe Ethan needs to just add more capital. Add more capital to your business, trade other coins as you wait for that is floating to come back. I don't believe there is anybody floating because he's trading all the coins in the exchange. You are just floating because you are trading one or two. So best advice, add in more capital, trade other coins as you remain patient.
Okay, Nwagaba Robert says, good morning, traders. If I have a coin in the market and it has floated too much, when I decide to buy it again while it is running in order to bring the average price to the current price closer, then after, when I decide to sell it, can the money which I bought the coin at first also come? I don't mind about the loss.
Come again, come again.
Nwagaba says he has a coin which is already in the market and it has already floated. It is in floating loss. Now, if he decides to buy the same coin again while it is running, I think he's talking of buying it through the margin calls. If he decides to buy it again while it is running in order to bring the average price closer to the current price, and then he decides to sell it, can that money which he bought at first, will it also come out?
Hello? So I explained this already. I said only buy a coin if you are sure that the coin is going to rise. Okay?
Mm.
Only buy a coin if you are sure the coin is going to rise. Yeah? Only let him just open margin calls if he has so much interest in that particular coin.
Mm. Zil Brian says he has a challenge with coin selection and how to trade. So how best can he be helped? He doesn't know how to choose a coin and to trade.
Come again.
Brian says thank you for the presentation, and he has a challenge with coin selection. He doesn't know how to select a coin to trade. How can you be able to help him?
We have done tradings on our YouTube channel from we have done trainings from using RSI, MACD, technical analysis. So let him check on the YouTube channel, Crypto Ambassadors. And I don't know if Jessica is still here. Anyone? I have 3 videos that I've ever posted on using MACD. MACD, sorry, Bollinger Bands. Elia, do you have them in your WhatsApp? Because I'm not online there. Anyone who has those videos, you could deposit. There are 3 videos. You could post, they were done by Mr. Mbiru. You could post them here in the chat.
Okay. And lastly, leader, this I think would be our last question. It's Musa says, my coin has reached the limit of buying margin calls for almost 2 months. What can I do?
It means you don't have more money. If it has reached the limit and you have more money, you just go on margin call limit and add in more. More margin calls. If you have fear of exposing too much of your money, switch on the AI margin call.
Okay. Nelson Lagua wants to join your WhatsApp group. How can he get the link?
I don't run any WhatsApp group. I can only give you Telegram. I don't create more. The WhatsApp groups we have are full. So if you want to join, it's only Telegram. No WhatsApp groups.
Okay.
The videos on how to pick trades, they are there. They have been sent.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Leader Julius. Unless there is something else you want to communicate, it's only 15 minutes to midday. We highly appreciate your time, energy to come here and answer the same questions every other Friday. We are grateful as we grow as a community with everyone else. For any communication, Leader Julius?
No, I don't have any communication, but just to thank you for your time, for being with us here. If you are in Masaka tomorrow at 3 p.m., our venue could be Maria Flow. If you are in Masaka, 3 p.m., members training. If you are in Masaka, you are near Masaka, 3 p.m., Maria Flow. Tomorrow on Saturday, members training. Okay, we are going to look at so many aspects into the crypto market space. See you there. Come in person, come with a friend. Only members. It's not a prospects day. Okay, it's a members training. Maria Flow is the venue. 3 p.m. is the time. See you there. Those in Masaka, love you all. Have a good day. Back to you, Coach Jerina. You could come to the end of our call today.
Okay, thank you. And thank you everyone who has attended the call. Every Friday, we have the question and answer session. Please bring your teams. Let's learn together, grow together. Every other time we come on Zoom, there's something that you learn. There's something that you learn, and that could take you even for a whole year as you're earning from that. We learn from learning. We never stop learning. Thank you once again. My name is Jerina, and I am excited to be a part of the Crypto Ambassadors team that is growing very fast. Until next Friday, bye for now. Please, if your questions are not answered, try to come early on Friday, and immediately you get on the call, just start by writing your questions. They will be handled, or else you can use the Telegram channel. You will find their leaders who can be able to answer you, or more so, you can use your group, your group chats. They'll be able to help you. But every Friday,